Hi, beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Scorpio, this is your monthly read for March. We're going to start with an overall energy to really feel what's going on there as a foundation and then dive deeper into the energy. And I want to remind you that I've started to do personal readings. So if you're interested in a personal reading instead of the extended that I did before, just send me a message. It's in the link. It's a link. It's an address in the description box below. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps me a lot. Okay, Scorpio. Gratitude. Be grateful for all you have. This is a beautiful, beautiful card. This is usually my Pisces card. So whatever connection or whatever influence you feel from Pisces, maybe take that one on. Or even, I haven't done the Pisces reading yet for the month of March, so I can't really say what it's about. But maybe be on the lookout for the Pisces reading as well. Because it's the foundation of this reading, is not just a card in the reading. So we have a little bit of chariot feel is what I'm feeling here. Like this woman, she's holding her hands like that with like this big light in it. And then we have a guy that's standing right there. And he has his horses in front of him. We can please focus in on the horses. There you go. There's the horses and the guy in the hands. It's really fiery. It's really fast moving. You see all the, like the lightning is coming in to fuel it up. So there's something you're holding in the palms of your hand right now that is really starting to pick up momentum. So whatever you're, I mean, it's a general read, it can be anything and everything, but whatever you feel like you're doing right now that you want to move forward in, it's like, it's not a fantasy anymore. It's not a utopia. It's not something you imagine. It's actually something you hold in the palm of your hands that is really getting fired up and really picks up a lot of momentum. And I just get with this gratitude card that, to just be in a situation of gratitude is the way to really move forward in whatever it is that you want. Like to just feel like the more you feel grateful for what you have and the more you feel like sort of happy where you're at in the moment, the more of the momentum forward is going to start to pick up pace. So it's a really good thing to feel sort of happy where you're at. You don't have to really like love where you're at if you don't love where you're at, if that makes sense, but just feel okay and sort of accept the situation because you can't really be anywhere else than where you're at. So why not sort of just be fine with it and then continue on to look at where you're going. The momentum is really picking up speed. So let's see how this comes in throughout the reading. Let's go deeper here and find out. What do you have for Scorpio, please, for the month of March? So something is in the palm of your hands and it's picking up speed. And it's being fueled, which for me is like there's a lot of support coming in for you to be able to move forward with this, whatever that is. Wow. 6 of Gabriel, 4 of Raphael, and 2 of Michael. 6, 4, and 2. So there's for some reason, numerology wise, I'm really drawn to the fact that we have 6, 4, and 2. Like it's 6 and then we take out 2 and we have 4 and we take out 2 and we have 2. So there's like there's something about like every other or every 2, 6, 4, and 2. Okay. Congratulations is what it says first. Like you've done a wonderful job here. There's something we need to move on from in order to get to the place where you want to be right now. Because I see we have 4 of Raphael, which is sort of missing the point a little bit, or maybe not seeing the full picture, or that you could benefit from having a different perspective on something. And also with the 2 of Michael, it's saying it will be better if you just make a decision to just not overanalyze the situation, but rather just go for what it is that you want. So there's something here saying you've done a wonderful job. Like there's something that you just have finalized, or there's not more work to put into the situation, or there's not more, like, it's a situation where you cannot do anything else rather than now move on to the next project. Like, okay, good job, but let's not continue down this path because it's not really leading anywhere. So there needs to be sort of, if this is the same scenario and you're pushing for something, if you want to start a business and you feel like the business sort of is not coming about, or if you are looking for this relationship, or you maybe just even met someone and you're trying to make it work, but it's not really like getting off the ground. Like I'm so sorry, a little bit runny nose. This is all about, like, be grateful for what you have, and what you've had so far up until this point has been perfect. This has led you to this very moment. But now it's asking you to just really stay focused on what the thing is that you want to pick up momentum. What thing is it in your life right now, Scorpio, that you are looking to get more fuel into, get more energy into, to sort of take off the ground, like to just be a lift off, if you will. You've done all that you can do in a situation, and now it requires you to move on to something different, or at least take another viewpoint at the situation that you're in. If this is a relationship and you feel like it's not really going anywhere, and you tried everything and bend yourself backwards to really try to have this relationship work, maybe you even just, like, you've done an awesome job, but you can't really do anything else because this relationship is not really going anywhere. Or at least you need to take a different perspective, or a different approach to the relationship, or you won't find the momentum that you're seeking. If this is a business, the same thing. If this is something you're trying to change, it's the same thing. So then we have Four of Raphael, which is saying sort of basically the same thing, which is seek out other possibilities. Look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. And so it's asking for you to seek out other possibilities. You're looking at the situation and like you want to, here on the bottom it says, take time to move on to the next project, award scholarships or promotions. Move on to other projects. And here's saying, look for other possibilities. We have dragonflies flying around there, which talks about a very spiritual transformation going on in your life right now. And I'm just getting the feeling here that there's a big movement, or there's a big push, or like, I don't even know how to describe it, that wants to move forward, but because you're a little bit locked in how things should be done, or how it should happen, or just to continue on, just hold on. At some point, if you just push for something, you continue on to do something, like you might have a feeling like, how long should I do something before you actually give up? When do you know when to give up? Like, is it a good thing to just continue to pursue this? Because if you just sort of stay in the game, it's gonna take off, or it's gonna like change. Or when is it time to like really start to focus on something else? And I just feel here that you can't really go wrong with focusing. It's showing you very clearly, if you just stay focused on what it is that you want. And obviously, if you feel it's something there, if you feel drawn to it, you feel passionate about it, you feel inspired to look at it, like if this kills you every day, if this brings like anxiety to you, if this brings like, it's just wrong, it's all around wrong, then of course do not continue. But if this is something you felt called to do, or something you felt like this is something that lights your fire, something is just inspiring you to continue to do this, or to even to have started it at the first place, in the beginning, then continue. But maybe take a different approach. There's other possibilities here. And in the midst of everything, there's a spiritual transformation. There's a push from within to change certain things about you in terms of the spiritual growth. We also have a lot of, what are they called? Seashells. Which is just really like put your ear to the ground, pay attention, listen to your intuition, what's really going on right now. Together with Two of Michael. And the Two of Michael is talking about getting a little bit stuck in a situation where you don't sort of find a way out. And this is about overanalyzing a situation. It says it will all be better if you just make a decision. Overanalyzing a problem, find compromise. So this, it will all be better if you just make a decision. So if you're coming from a place where you're like, do I stay? Do I go? Do I push for this? Do I stand back? Do I, like, there's always seems to be like a two option possibility here. And when you go a little bit back and forth and you sort of get a little bit, what is that called? Veli in Swedish. Ambivalent in Swedish. Ambivalent. A little bit just back and forth, you know, back and forth. The universe or the energy is responding to the back and forth energy. And so now you're getting evidence that one of these outcomes would be good, but then the other one would be good, but then the other one would be good, or vice versa, not vice versa, but like, or the opposite. But this probably won't be good, or this won't be good, or I shouldn't do this, or I shouldn't do that. Like, if you just make a decision, if you line up with what you say you want to do, pick the one that feels if it's like, I'm not really feeling like where I should turn right now, or I don't know what to do with this situation right now. If there's just one situation and you wonder whether to stay and continue on with it, or if it's a two situation, like two decisions here, or one decision and two choices here. Try to pick the one that just feels the lightest, or where does it feel the lightest to go right now? From where you're at, where does it feel the lightest to go right now? Make a decision and stick to it, because once the energy lines up with it, things are really going to start to come in. And I see this horse, like it's a unicorn situation, it's like two like-minded come together. And I see this horse with a lot of water being stirred up. It's like they've run into you. Not run into you, but like run to you. And I just feel like if you just line up with this decision, or like line up with this energy to follow where it feels the easiest, like support is coming in straight away, almost straight away. You're going to see some sort of shift in where you're going. Does this make any sense, guys? Scorpio, can we go deeper into this? And what do we have for Scorpio, please, for the month of March? Share the love. And wow, coming together. Very similar, 2 and 3, so it's a beautiful progress there. Just look at them. I'm supposed to read share the loves, but look at them. Share the love and coming together. I love this. So if we start with share the love there. Number 3 and green border, and number 3. Little bit of smoothie. Okay, share the love, Scorpio. Keywords to this card is friendship, celebration, rejoice, and community. You're entering a period of joy and tranquility. However, this card speaks of friendship rather than romance, suggesting that this is an opportune time to connect with friends. For the time being, let go of any desires, anxiety, or stress around romantic relationships. Instead, focus on your relationships with your friends. Turn to them for support if you need it, and find reason to celebrate with them. Rejoice in the fact that they'll always be there for you, and you for them. Is there any more? Community is also important at this time. Get out of your house and away from your own concerns. How you can positively contribute to your community? How can you positively contribute to your community? Question mark. Reach out to your neighbors. Is there an activity group or support group that you've thought about joining? Do it now. This is a great way to meet new people who could turn into lifelong friends. Feel the joy of connecting with others and sharing your love in that way. So what I'm getting with this card, and it's interesting. I mean, it's not a love reading. It's not a detailed reading like a personal reading. It is a general reading, but I'm gonna stick to the relationship story there. And you put it into like if you know this is not a relationship for you, it's work or it's health or it's whatever situation, you stick to that story. But I'm going to use a relationship because they're bringing that up. So if there's even a situation where you're friends with someone and you've been friends with them for such a long time and you're looking for that friendship to turn into a romantic partnership and you just don't know like how to get the momentum going, or how to make it from a platonic friendship into something more, or if this is like someone, maybe not an acquaintance, because you wouldn't talk about what is that word? Like, so maybe there is a connection, but it hasn't really taken off to anything deeper, or you might want more in this situation, but it sort of shows you that it's not going to be any more here. Or if it's vice versa, if it's like it's been a romantic partnership for a long time, and then the romance sort of has fizzled out and it's turning to be more like a friendship, like you're two friends under the same roof or something like that, and you try to get back into the passion and the romantic feeling and the all of that. This is just actually literally asking you to not push for the romance right now. So if you were to like convert that into any business or anything, if it's a situation, it's basically there's a situation going on, Scorpio, that you might want to make into something that it's not. It's just never going to be what you want it to be. And how you really find that out, how you know for sure that something that you want to be something else that it's not, like a platonic relationship turning into a romantic relationship, or a romantic relationship that has gone a little bit cold and we're sort of back to just being friends. The only way to really know for sure that this is not going anywhere, is not going to transpire into that or whatever, is to just really let it go for a bit. To just look at it and go and share your love elsewhere. Like, it doesn't mean cheating. It doesn't mean, but to just join a friend group, join a Facebook group, I don't know, join something where or like volunteer at a dog shelter place center, I don't know, just something where you get to use your energy and focus elsewhere for a little while. So this is so interesting because this is sort of transformed a little bit, I feel, because this can now sort of turn into two different things. One is that if you continue, it's just whatever you continue to look at, whatever you continue to focus at, is going to start to be supported. It's going to come in other energies, just making it bigger and bigger and bigger. And it sort of doesn't matter if it is a situation that you don't like. If you focus on this situation turning into something else and it just doesn't, it wasn't its purpose, it wasn't for the sake of turning into anything else, it was what it was, and it's time to look, like, you've done a beautiful job here, but it's time to look elsewhere, or time to change your focus or direction or perspective. That whether it's good or bad, what you focus on will grow. You will start the momentum of it. You have that power. And then we have coming together. So it's so beautiful that we have like, okay, so share the love, which is like leave the situation all together for a while. to really make sense of what's going on, to really let the authentic versions of you, of the situation, of the business, of the person, of the partner, you know, let the authentic thing come to light or come to life, back together. It says come together, it didn't say come back together, but it's like first we need to let it go for a bit, so that whatever is true, and I always see this as a seed. It's like two people standing in the seed that is just waiting to blossom, or letting the light in, and it's starting to just really blossom. I just find that whatever situation you're in and what you're trying to make it to be, and if this is even like a business that you want to get off the ground, like how long do you stay on it? And if you focus in a way that you feel like it's just not going anywhere, you focus, but you have the feeling like it's not going anywhere, guess what? It's not going to go anywhere. Or if you have the feeling like I'm focusing, and I feel like it is going to go somewhere because I'm so passionate about it, but it sort of still doesn't happen, then take a step back from it for a while and have whatever is the seed, whatever is the raw product, whatever, whether that is business or relationship or health or whatever. If you take a step back from it, and I understand sometimes it's really, really hard to take a step back from something that you have really, really invested in or really focused on for a long time, can sometimes be a little bit like, it's so hard to think about something else, even though they're not there, even though there's a situation, you know, you bring it on, you have little conversations in your head about it, you think about it, and it's not even real just now, it's not in your face as we speak, so you literally don't have to think about it. So if you can take a step away so that you get the real truth about the situation, whatever is meant to show up, so whether this is like showing you that this romantic partnership actually is just a platonic friendship, that's what it's going to show you, and you're not going to wonder anymore. You're going to pay attention, you're going to listen to what the true story here is about your situation. Or it's going to like, oh my goodness, it could turn into a romance, but maybe you were, you know, blocking the way, or something happened that didn't allow for it to blossom into what it wanted to blossom into. But as you stepped away and allowed it to have its organic, natural form again, it's going to show you what it wants to be. And if this is a business and you don't know, like how long is just awesome that you sort of persevere and you just stay in the game, and then it just exploded, or how long is just almost stupidity. It's stupid to stay on any longer because it's not going anywhere, and so you're supposed to just, you know, dismiss the business. Take a step back and allow for the seed, allow for it to show you what it wants to be, and it will show you. And trust that it will show you. Okay, I have the angels bring some final advice or final inspiration in this situation for Scorpio for the month of March. On the floor. Helpful people. Helpful people. So just like I said, just because when you make a decision, when you sort of get onto the, like a very straight line or a clear energy, there's immediate help. There's immediate support coming in. And the angels wants to finish this reading with saying, there's helpful people around. Like you might even also want to like, reach out a hand and say, can someone help me a little bit with this? Or can you like help me be a sounding board, or like be something right now that allows for you to make this decision? Sometimes just hearing your own voice talking about something, even though the other person hasn't really said anything, just when you sort of clarify things by just voicing it or even writing it down on a piece of paper, it can sometimes really help a lot. There are helpful people. There is help in this situation. Okay, Scorpio. I hope that resonated with some of you guys, or at least some parts resonated with some of you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.